Bam! What's going on, guys? Life Lessons with Juvy. I am your host, JuvyThaKid. Hit me up on all social medias at JuvyThaKid, JuvyThaKid. I apologize if I sound like shit. I'm still getting over this cold and everything, so let's keep it going, though. Lil Homie 127. Introspection can be healthy, and I believe everybody should dabble in it at some point in their lives. How much introspection is too much? Do you believe it is possible to lose yourself in the same sense as being able to lose yourself in somebody else? Yes, I do. Well, for that last part, do I believe it's possible to lose yourself in yourself? Absolutely. It all depends on how you use your introspections. That can't be a word. I don't know. But it all depends on how you do it. Because if it's one of those things where you do it just to, like, remind yourself how good of a person you are, and, like, you kind of, like, compare yourselves to others just to, like, lift yourself up, you're going to lose yourself in it, and because you're going to constantly be comparing yourself to other people. You're going to be like, well, I do this, and you do this, and that's why you can't compare to me, or whatever have you. Like, you know what I mean? With me, what I tell people is, instead of being like, you know, I do what you can't kind of thing, just say like, hey, you might not like what I'm doing, but you can't hate on the work ethic kind of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can definitely lose yourself in it. You can lose yourself in it in that way where you start just comparing yourself to everyone, so you like always feel better, and you're kind of like using little, like very minuscule like examples to like convince yourself you're like a better person than you might actually be. You could also lose yourself in the way of like when you're kind of like self-evaluating everything, like you kind of like go over a lot of the negative things you might have done in your life or the mistakes that you made, and that can consume you. So it all like, you got to use it as ways to like look for like lessons or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, use it to like get over things that you might have been holding on to and you just may not have realized. Use it to kind of like just get your mind back in order and back on like the track that you want to be on. You know what I mean? How much introspection is too much? Honestly, I do it probably like, I like sit down and I take time to myself. I do it at least once a week, just because I want to make sure that I am staying on like certain like positive like paths. You know what I mean? Especially with doing these videos, I don't want to end up shifting it into like these negative things. So for me, I sit down, whether it's putting my phone on silent and like tossing it over to the bed, or just like turning my phone completely off. I'll sit down. I could have like the fireplace thing going on YouTube or Netflix or whatever, just like something like that. But then I sit down and I think about like, okay, am I doing like what I've wanted to do? Am I staying on track with like all of like my intentions and my missions? You know what I mean? Like, am I doing these videos just so I can get views and like become like YouTube famous? Or am I doing these videos because it's a creative outlet, I have fun doing them, and people from Canada, the United States, fucking New Zealand, like so many people have hit me up and told me like about things that like made them laugh or smile, or things like just like they thought about or whatever, and that's what's important to me. I don't give a fuck about getting 1 million views or whatever. I want to make sure I have a creative outlet for myself, but I also have something that's spreading positive vibes and positive energy into the world. You know what I mean? I always make sure like my attitude and my ego is in check. You know what I mean? I don't want to ever get to a point where I think I'm better than somebody else, or like whatever it is. You know what I mean? I always want to make sure I'm staying humble at the same time. So I do it at least once a week just to make sure I am staying on track and everything like that. Some people, it honestly, like, I don't know, you might have to do it a little bit more, like, but don't do it every day. Like, don't let it, you looking in on yourself, like, consume what you do in the day. You know what I mean? This has been Life Lessons with Juvy. I've been your host, JuvyThaKid. Hit me up on social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, at JuvyThaKid, JuvyThaKid. All my quiet kids, freaks, and weirdos, for the love of everybody, stay healthy and keep being weird.